There we go. Meeting room's open. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our webinar. Thank you for joining us. Can somebody just type in the chat or yeah, give me a thumbs up if you can hear us, yeah, or hear me. Great. And can everybody see my screen okay? Beautiful. You always got to check these things before you start. She could get in real trouble. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. This is yeah, I guess a special webinar for us. It's one of the first webinars we've done that's open to the general public, promoted by our partners, our distributors, just so we can really give the market a really broad understanding of our LoRaWAN portfolio and introduce some people to Robustel who maybe haven't met us before. So I'm looking forward to meeting some new faces, hearing some new questions this evening. So yeah, let's think the waiting room's open now, so let's slowly kick off. Just let more people join as we go. So for those of you who haven't met me before, my name's James. I'm the Global Marketing Director for Robustel. I'm also the country manager for Australia and New Zealand. So if there's any Aussies or Kiwis staying up late tonight to watch this, I appreciate it. And please feel free to reach out if you need some support in that region. And we've also got Charlene from our marketing team here on the call with us, Sam Chan, who is the product manager for our LoRaWAN portfolio. He's here to answer any tricky technical questions that come our way. We've got David Evans, who's our sales manager for the UK. I think his title is actually Global IoT Solutions Architect, which sounds a bit more fancy than that. So we've got Dave, and then we've got Desmond, who's our global head of sales as well. So we've got a few people here to answer questions, introduce you to Robustel, and help out along the way. The talk tonight will probably go for about maybe 45 minutes. So at any time throughout the presentation, if you have questions, please feel free to use the chat, use the Q&A feature. Everybody is here. Someone said they're getting echo. Let me just fix that up. Are you still getting echo on my line? Okay. Well, that's good. Thanks for the feedback that, yeah, one person is getting echo and the rest aren't. So it might be you, sorry. But we'll see how we go. Just, yeah, if any technical issues come up, please drop it in the chat. But let's kick off. Okay, so just quick disclaimer, housekeeping. This presentation is intended for general product and solution awareness. Everything we talk about here varies by model and region, so please make sure you're talking to your local distribution partner for Robustel to make sure that they're finding the right product for your projects. So for those of you who haven't met us before, just do a very quick introduction to Robustel, show you who we are. So who are we? We've been around since 2010, headquartered in Guangzhou, China, and we are very much a industrial pedigree type company. We've come from industrial telecommunications. We were doing things when it was called telematics and M2M. Now it's IoT. But our products generally have been around cellular and wireless networking. We added LoRaWAN to our portfolio. I think our first LoRaWAN product was out in about 2017. We had a few different gateway options for people throughout those years, but we've sort of come back for a refresher to our portfolio. We've upgraded our core LoRaWAN products and we've added some new ones as well. So this is a really exciting time to talk to you because it's always fun to launch new products. And our primary business model is through distribution. We have lots of distribution partners all over the world, and our goal is to help people grow their businesses, whether it's a distribution model, whether it's a systems integration model, whether it's a managed service. We tend to work with people from small systems integration houses all the way up to major MNOs in particular regions. Why do people love working with us? Apart from our great team, we we've been around for a long time. We're hardened, we're tested. We've got just over 3 million devices deployed all over the world. We're active in 100 different countries. We've got about 70 distributors and resellers all over. We also white label and OEM our products for some large MNO and enterprise customers. Security and certification is a big part of our DNA. Unlike a lot of other companies where they expect distribution or end customers to get certification in their particular region, we make sure everything we sell is certified and ready to go. And in markets where we need to get special local certification, then we work with our distribution partners to make sure that's there. But one thing you can feel confident when you buy a Robustel product is it will be certified to work on the mobile networks and wireless networks in your country. Obviously, we have a very large focus on cybersecurity. The world has changed a lot over the last 16 years since we've been in business. We work around IEC 62443, product development lifecycle. We are ISO 27001 certified. We are EN 18031, red cybersecurity for those of you in Europe. We independently penetration test all of our software, so our operating system and our cloud management platform on a yearly basis. And we make sure that everything is as cyber secure and as bulletproof as we can do. And the other thing is investment in the product lifecycle and the product quality. So, as I said before, we've come from an industrial background. We come from those environments where things need to be able to withstand temperatures, vibration, ingress, and that's really our core focus. We are not the type of sort of low-cost plastic housing product you're going to find on a shelf in an electronics or a computer distribution place. We're very much a industrial product first. All right, that's a little bit about Robustel. Let's talk about LoRa. So LoRaWAN, been around for a while. We are part of the LoRa Alliance, and we work with a lot of other partners in the LoRaWAN ecosystem. Over the years, we sort of started in the very early years of LoRaWAN, looking at LoRaWAN, Sigfox, Weightless, some of those other LPWAN technologies. And we've watched LoRa's evolution over those years. And we really feel like LoRa is reaching what we like to call its third wave. It's sort of proved itself as a mature, valuable technology in the IoT industry. Now it's not so much about proving how LoRa works and its value, it's about how you can integrate LoRa into your existing workflows. And that's really where Robustel comes in. So we're trying to help you turn your LoRaWAN projects into something that is scalable beyond just a small campus project or a proof of concept into something you can replicate and deploy worldwide. And the issues that we've found in the LoRa space are, one, lots of fragmented systems. So LoRa is generally not the only technology that a lot of our customers use. Like I said, we come from that industrial background. So we have customers that are working with Modbus, they're working with BMS systems, they're working with OPC UA. So how can you integrate all of those different technologies, plus a LoRaWAN sensor and endpoint integration, plus a cellular and wireless backhaul if you need that as well? How can you fit all that into one box? That's one of the solutions we're trying to help people understand. Understanding the effort that is required in integration. I think there's a lot of Still, even to this day, there's a lot of misunderstanding about LoRa being a plug and play solution. We're getting closer, and there's a really great ecosystem that's built up around LoRa, but it isn't just as simple as, a Wi-Fi or even a Bluetooth connectivity solution. There is a little bit extra that needs to go into that. So what we're trying to help with in our products is payload decoding, it's sensor onboarding, it's making sure things are seamless, things are zero touch, and working with those different disparate systems as well. Scalability. Lots of LoRaWAN projects begin small, lots of IoT projects begin small. And the goal is to be able to show you how you can extend it across multiple sites, across multiple geographies, across multiple countries. We want to make sure that using our tools, you can build your LoRa solution and you can deploy it anywhere in the world and manage it from a desk, here in Australia or in the UK or in Germany, wherever you need to. So we have online management tools for a variety of different solutions there. And actionable outcomes. So customers, that could be some of you on this webinar today. For our distributors that are joining us, that could be your customers. People are looking for more things. People are looking for more and more value. They don't just want to buy a gateway and work everything out themselves. They want someone who can deliver a LoRa network, perhaps even manage that LoRa network. So there's lots and lots of different opportunities depending on the level of integration that you want to provide to your end customers. So just a very simple overview of the LoRaWAN ecosystem. So I think the LoRaWAN LNS is something that gets left out by a lot of people or misunderstood. So obviously you've got your endpoints. On the far side there, you've got meters, you've got leak detection, water sensors, you've got temperature sensors, pulse counters, lots and lots of different LoRa-enabled end devices. Typically sensors, but there are other things as well. Moving into the middle, you've got your LoRa Network Server function. Now, there's either a LoRa Network Server on the device, which is something we can help and we can provide with, or we can do a packet forwarding solution. Or with some of our partners, we also have an edge agent that runs on our devices. Now, this is the thing that gets missed out in the conversation still to this day, even though LoRa's been around for a long time, is the need to take that LoRa payload and decrypt it somewhere to be able to turn it into usable, actionable data. That can be at a LNS that you host yourself on a server. We have lots of customers that host ChirpStack, for example, themselves. They either host it, on premises or inside a virtual machine in AWS or another cloud provider. And then you have third-party managed LNS systems like ThingPark from Netmore. You have the Things Industry with the Things Stack, and then you have Laureate as well. So you have people who will take a lot of the pain out of managing a LoRa network server. And that's not just making sure that you've got uptime. It's not just making sure that you're communicating with your devices in the field. It's also about decrypting payloads, understanding the status of your gateways, sending out firmware updates. There are lots of different things that can be provided by a good LNS provider. So they're very critical in the search for the right LoRaWAN partner. And then obviously getting that data into your IoT platform, making sure that it's giving you the information you need to be able to get started. So we support two different models. We don't want to lock anyone into one particular ecosystem, one particular partner. So we have the connectivity focused model, which is you have your sensors, you have your gateway, and you have your preferred cloud hosted LNS server, then your application server. So basically you are just taking data from the field, you're sending it to the gateway is collecting it all, sending it off to the LNS, that's decrypting it, delivering it to the app server. So that's using typically LoRa Basic Station, the Semtech packet forwarder. that's available on all of our LoRa products. We also have a UDP option for some LNSs that use UDP. And then we have the integrated edge model. So this is the new deployment model that we're talking about a bit more today, which is having your sensors talking to an edge gateway. So when we talk about an edge gateway, that is a LoRaWAN gateway that also has a computer embedded inside it. So industrial PC, being able to do some of that lifting that was typically done in the cloud in real time on the network edge. So at the moment, we provide a embedded chirp stack instance. So if people want or already using chirp stack, we have an option to embed it in the gateway. And we're also working with some of the major LNS providers to have an embedded version of their LNS available as well. So why is that valuable? Why is that something that people are more interested in? It's the addition of having local logic. It's not just buffering. I mean, buffering's great. You don't want to lose data, but also being able to have those real-time decisions. If you've got a water meter and you're pinging it, twice a day, everything's ticking along. You might not notice a problem with that meter for 12 hours because that's when your LoRa sensors are reporting in. With an edge gateway, you can put some intelligence there that says, oh, if this hasn't reported in X amount of time, send a message, interrogate it, see what's going on, alarm someone. And then you can also have the protocol bridging side as well. So you can put not just LoRaWAN, but you can hardwire RS-232 sensors with Modbus, for example, or 485. You can have the I/O of the router being used. So you can have all these different data sources. You can decrypt them and manage them all locally, and then send that operational data to the cloud. So significantly reduces your data overhead, which in some countries, like here in wonderful Australia, we're a third world country when it comes to data costs. It's extremely expensive. So using less data is absolutely a much more efficient way to go when you're using edge gateways. All right, so let's talk about our products. Let's talk about our portfolio. So we have 4 products now in our LoRaWAN gateway portfolio, starting from what we call a basic connectivity option all the way up to the advanced edge. So the R1320 LGE is a brand new product that's been released this month. In fact, you can find it on our website now. This is designed for simple packet forwarding. So it can't host anything locally. There's very limited space for running operations. There's very limited space for compute. This is designed to be either something where you are just forwarding data in a single site, or you're making a mesh bridge and building a wireless network for your LoRa products. You might have 6 or 7 of these in a building on different floors, giving you a mesh of LoRa coverage. The other thing is this product has an eSIM inside as well, so gives you a single physical plastic SIM card slot, but also an eSIM slot as well. So for those of you deploying globally or working with different MNOs, MVNOs, you've got an option to embed up to 8 different eSIM profiles in that device. The R1520 LG, this is our flagship LoRa product. This is a product that we've been going to market with for quite some time now. We have deployments of tens of thousands of these all over the world. This is, I guess, a hybrid device. It has more compute power, so you can run some more edge processors on there. It has the ability to add a local LNS if you want to, but it also has the size and sort of the cost effectiveness of a packet forwarding option as well. So this is a very, very popular product and one that we've been running successfully with for quite some time. The other new product we're launching this month is the LG 3120E, which is one of our edge gateway products. So this has full compute capabilities. This has an embedded Linux Debian environment on it. Charlene is showing one in her video. Thanks, Charlene. Um, this is designed, basically, you have a full Linux Debian Bullseye environment to be able to drop your own applications. They can be in a container or Docker, and you can migrate your own Linux applications into here, run them on the network edge. Plus, you've also got the ability to load a LNS agent. So if you've got an LNS partner you're working with that has an agent that you want to embed, this is your option. And also, it has the opportunity to embed a local LNS as well. So this is really a great product for those people who need to combine compute and LoRaWAN into one. And then we have the LG 5120, which is coming in October. This is a newer product for us, and this is more designed specifically for the smart building, energy management, utilities kind of industries, because we also have KNX, MBus, P1 integration in the gateway as well. So this gives you a much wider range of portfolios to play with out of the box, and it also runs some local edge processing software that we call Edge to Cloud Trinity that I'll introduce you guys a little bit later to in this presentation. So everything we build currently is built around the Semtech SX1302 chipset. We particularly only use Class A and Class C communications. That's an important thing to point out if people want that. So just here, by the way, I'm going to share a copy of this slide deck with everybody afterwards, as well as a recording. So don't feel like you have to frantically write down technical notes and stress that you've missed something. We'll send a copy of this to everybody so you can see all of the information presented here. So if I go through something a little bit quick, don't worry, you will get the slide afterwards. But what you can see here is the values that are basically listed in Semtech specifications, and as well as some remarks from our testing, what you can kind of see in a real world environment. So typically around sort of 10 kilometers coverage in an ideal environment. And yeah, we sort of give customers who are doing BMS, smart building, utilities kind of projects, look at about sort of 4 or 5 floors, depending on the thickness of the concrete. And then, yeah, kind of about 5 or 6 walls going horizontally as well, just to give you an idea of performance. So just going into each product a little bit deeper, the LG 1320E. So really, it's designed to be a packet forwarding product. So if you have a project where you don't need anything embedded on the router, you just need cellular backhaul, LoRa connectivity, and you're pinging everything off to an LNS using basic station. This is the product. It's priced to be able to put one on multiple floors of a building, to be able to expand it very quickly. This is kind of what you would call your, I guess, entry-level indoor gateway type product. You've got your Ethernet connection as well for your backhaul, but you've got no serial, you've got no I/O, you've got no other interfaces. So it's pure LoRa. So perfect for, you've got temperature sensors, bits and pieces around, and you're just using LoRa as your communication method. It's a really nice solution for you. And yeah, so we have, for all of our products, we have 868, 915, US 915, and AS 923. AU 915 and AS 923. I know both of those frequencies are used in some countries, like Australia, for example. AU 915 and AS 923 is software switchable, whereas the others are SKU dependent. So you can't buy a European SKU and expect it to work in Australia, for example. So just making that clear. Again, make sure you work with your local Robustel distribution partners. They're the experts in this stuff. They'll make sure you've got the right product. The 1520, the workhorse, the MVP. for a long, long time. This product we have a few case studies coming up later that I can talk to you about. This product has really seen uh, the market. It's been tested. It's used in utility deployments, in enterprise, in healthcare, food safety, smart buildings, all kinds of different things. It is a really flexible and dependable product. I mean, I'm biased because I sell them, but no, I would recommend that a lot of people who are just starting out in LoRa, this is probably a good product to start with because it gives you the option to be able to test a basic packet forwarding solution with an extra bit of compute as well. So you can sort of see which way you need to go. Do I need to go something more basic, more simple? Then I'll go to the 1320. Or do I need something a bit more complex? You might go to the edge gateways, or this is absolutely perfect for what I need. You can stay with the 1520. This has the industrial IOs built into it as well. So you've got RS-232, RS-485. So if you're working with a combination of wired and wireless, this is a great solution to get started with. And it's also got PoE PD as well. So you can supply power to the device via Ethernet. Another new product. So this is where we start to get into the edge gateway type world, the 3120. So like I said, an industrial edge computer plus a router combined into one box with a LoRaWAN chipset as well. So this gives you the ability to really embed your LoRa intelligence with other edge processing intelligence as well. It gives you the option to do buffering because you've got a lot more available flash memory. You've got your Ethernet, your RS-232 and 485, digital in, digital out, USB and micro SD for additional storage. So if you really want to back up lots of different LoRa projects, it's a much better environment to give you that flexible storage. I think we support up to 2 terabytes with SD cards. And then finally, the 5120. So again, a building gateway. This product is still in development, so this is a little bit of a preview. What we're showing here is just giving you an example of what this product will be able to do. We did take it recently to Embedded World in Germany to display it at the KNX booth and showing how that we can combine a LoRaWAN gateway with KNX protocol, with BACnet, with Modbus, with P1 and DSMR as well. And it supports E2C, which again, I'll talk to you about a little bit later, is our embedded software for managing disparate industrial protocols across the way. And then 3 of those products, so the 1320 LGE, the 1520 LG, and the 3120E, can all fit into a IP67 ingress-proof enclosure as well that has embedded cellular and Wi-Fi, and it also has the opportunity for you to put on external antennas as well. As we know, environments can be quite tricky, so having both options there for you as well. So if you need an enclosure, you know why you need an enclosure. I probably don't need to go into that too much. But we have, again, customers who are using this for weather protection. They're using this for security and tamper resistance. It just gives you that extra level, you know. eSIMs are a great way to stop people stealing SIM cards, but also putting it in a housing like this where people have got to unscrew things, pull things off walls, take things off a pole mount, just adds that extra little bit of tamper resistance as well. Hopefully it will reduce the amount of truck rolls because you've got that ingress protection and that IP67 in there as well. Okay, let's talk about the software we provide. So we have been very much a hardware-focused company since we started, but obviously the landscape has changed so much in the last 5 or 10 years. We have really focused on building our software And we have a multiple suite of products that will enhance our products in the field. So the first thing is device management. This is a no-brainer. I don't think there's any provider of routers or gateways that doesn't have a cloud device management platform these days. So we're no different. Our platform is called RCMS. It's been around now for in various versions for over 10 years. The cloud version has been around for about 8. And really, what RCMS is designed to do is give you not just device management. That's great. You can see what devices are online. You can see your signal strength. You can see, you can change your configuration. You can do over-the-air updates. You can do everything that you would expect to do in a device management platform. That's with the Robust Link function here. We have Robust VPN, which is a remote access VPN solution where you can access the router. You can run a desktop VPN client and put a group of routers into that VPN group, so you can have a localized LAN there. You can also port forward to your edge devices as well. So if you've got devices connected to the router, you can access them that way. We also have a remote access and remote connectivity option where you can generate a secure link as well. And we'll have a newer version, an upgraded version of that coming soon, which we'll no doubt do another webinar on. So I hope you'll join us for that as well. Operations console is, I guess, the best way to describe it sometimes is it's like a little mini ERP system inside our device manager. It allows you to view your devices at an estate level. It lets you create jobs, create ticketing, create work orders for your team that are installing and managing these things. It really helps with technical support as well. You can interrogate specific device functions at the touch of a button. So it really helps you understand your whole fleet at a holistic level. So again, like I said, we're designed around growth. If you're deploying devices all over the world, you want to be able to manage them from a central location, and you want to delegate access as well. And then Portal Manager is also part of RCMS. Probably not so important for those of you with LoRaWAN. This is a Wi-Fi captive portal solution embedded on the router. So you can do Wi-Fi in cafes, restaurants, pop-up stores, bus Wi-Fi. Could be useful if you're running a LoRa project, but you also want to use the Wi-Fi function on the router to provide access to maintenance workers or people coming into the building. If you're managing it on behalf of a utility, for example, or a body corporate, it could be an option, because then at least you know who's accessing the router and the device. Smart roaming. This is a absolutely essential piece of software for anybody who is using multiple network SIM cards. So you could call them roaming SIM cards. Basically, any SIM card that will allow you to connect to multiple cellular carriers in a single country. This is designed to get around some of the issues that people have with the logic that's embedded inside those multi-network SIMs. A lot of them use least cost routing, and it's always in the favor of the MVNO and the MNO. So you're waiting for the SIM card to communicate with its HLR, go back to base and understand, oh, I need to switch this network because it's going to be cheaper for me. But that's how you get routers and devices stuck on things that seem to have a very good cellular signal, but actually there's no data coming through. So the idea behind smart roaming is really to give you the best network per site when you're using these roaming SIM cards. We have signal strength testing, we have throughput testing as well, we have automatic failover, we have the ability for you to be able to understand what network is going to be best for your deployment and how to triage it very quickly if there is an issue. So if you're working with these SIM cards, a lot of people in Europe, I understand it's a very popular solution in Europe. If you're working with multi-network SIM cards, please talk to your local distributor or talk to us about smart roaming. Let us show you a demo and show you how much time and money you can save with this product. And obviously, if you're running a LoRa network, if you're running a network of gateways that are supporting utilities infrastructure, any sort of critical sensing, you want to make sure that those gateways are up. If you're a company selling a LoRa network, a citywide network, you want to make sure that your gateways are up. So this is a great way to be able to do that, working in conjunction with multi-network SIMs. Edge to cloud. Just to confuse everybody, we have two edge to cloud products. So we have what we call edge to cloud. This was our original product. This runs on most of our routers running our embedded OpenWRT type firmware, which we call RobustOS. It allows you to communicate with Modbus devices and the I/O on the router. Take that information, digest it locally inside the device, turn it into a JSON, get that point table, send it out to the cloud via MQTT, via other brokers that we have that will connect you to Azure, AWS. So it's a very good way to be able to bridge working with Modbus and point table data and sending it to the cloud without needing a protocol translator in the middle. So just a quick overview of the architecture there. You've got your sensors. So these are your wired sensors, RS-232, 485. They're going into the southbound application on the router. That broker application is then translating that into a format that can be read by the northbound application and sent to a cloud server. So it keeps it very simple, keeps the workflow there, but it reduces the need for you to have something in between, say, a PLC and the router. You don't need that protocol translation side there anymore. Now, Edge to Cloud Trinity. This is a brand new product for us. So as well as launching these new LoRaWAN gateways, we're launching a range of edge computing routers. And as part of that, we have what we call Edge to Cloud Trinity, which is the updated version of this. This is the version that runs in our Linux Debian environment. And it's basically designed to expand the core concept of Edge to Cloud, which is taking disparate information from different sources, converting it all into a seamless readable format and sending it where it needs to go. But because we have the embedded compute, we have the Linux environment, it's supercharged. We can convert, I think our library supports over 100 different protocols now. So you're working with multiple different disparate protocols on different sites. You can convert them all into something and then get them where they need to go. You've also got the ability to do workflow automation. You've got a Node-RED type interface in there. So you can build that logic there via a cloud platform as well. And basically, it gives you the option to be able to take your data and work in 3 different fields. So we've got Edge to Cloud Factory, Edge to Cloud Field, and Edge to Cloud Facility. So these all have the same core underlying framework, but the idea is they give you a suite of tools for specific use cases. So E2C Factory, obviously that's very much around working with PLCs, working with SCADA, working with monitoring machinery. E2C Field is where we have the LG3120. This comes with E2C Field. It gives you the option to do zero-touch LoRa sensor onboarding. So you buy a temperature sensor from Dragino or Netvox or someone like that. We've already got the codec ready to go. It will read it and convert it, and away you go. It also has the integrated chirp stack LNS in there as well. If you are looking to do your own LNS locally, or even just run a POC, it's a great little tool for that. And then E2C Facility, which will come with the new LG5120 when it's released in October. This is where we do the KNX, the MBus, and everything supports that Niagara flow. specifically for building management and facilities. So just to give you a very simple visual overview, I say simple, it's a little bit complex. But basically what we have is the same logic as the original edge to cloud. You have your middle layer, you have your broker, and you have your orchestration in there as well with Node-RED. And then you are sending that data wherever it needs to go via MQTT, HTTPS, KNX, up into the cloud, up into our platform, up into your platform, and then you've got your southbound interfaces there as well. So this is, yeah, like I said, a brand new product. We'll be doing a specific webinar on Edge to Cloud Trinity very soon to introduce those functions to you. From a LoRaWAN point of view, it has embedded chirp stack. The nice thing about this is we've embedded it in Edge to Cloud Trinity, so it has the same workflow and orchestration as the other applications. So it's a very seamless user experience for those of you who are already using a Robustel OS Pro product. You'll be very familiar with the interface, and it should hopefully be quite simple for you to sort of translate that into the field application. So why is it important to have an LNS in the gateway? Obviously, you've got environments where you can't send particular data offsite. You need to house it locally. You've also got the ability to be able to, like I said before, control the amount of data that is getting sent via the 4G connection, so you can reduce your data load there as well. Okay, so zero-touch sensor onboarding. This is really, for those of you who've deployed LoRa before, you will know one of the most painful things is getting a sensor off a new vendor and having to integrate that codec. I've done lots of LoRa projects here, and I can tell you that yeah, it's not fun. So we're trying to make that easy for people. Basically, we're taking as many ecosystem partners as we can that are providing sensors, working with their codecs, having it already there in this edge to cloud environment, so you can onboard your sensors very quickly and get going. It's also about not just about being able to get up and running quickly, but it's about having consistency. So you don't want to have your codecs coming in, you know, I deliver temperature on this register here, and then on another register, temperatures delivered, but it's in a slightly different format. It just becomes very frustrating to handle. So that's why the edge processing can normalize that data and make everything a lot easier to work with. So just giving you an idea of how distributed infrastructure is managed through these two edge to cloud softwares. You've got your field network. So you've got LoRaWAN, you've got Modbus, you might have IPC UA, you might have something connected to the digital input of the router. That's all coming in, all getting managed. You've got your protocol bridging there, so everything getting converted into something simple and easy to work with, and then going to your operational environment. And you know, you've either got someone who's taking action then and there, or you're recording it into a cloud workflow. Then Edge to Cloud Trinity Facility is the newer product from us. This is about smart building integration. So it's about having your KNX network talking to the router, plus your LoRaWAN network, plus your wired devices as well. Everything, again, getting processed at the edge. You have the ability to integrate a Niagara workflow there as well. And then moving everything across, again, doing your cloud actions, having your supervisor, taking something, and also having our remote management system there as well, if you choose to use it. So just to sort of recap on the software side of things, if you liked any of the functions we talked about, or you kind of read through afterwards and you're like, oh, I like the sound of that, this just gives you a quick overview and what's included in what, or what's compatible with what. So everything works with our RCMS device management platform. In fact, all of the products we sell work with our device management platform. And the important thing there is we have a free tier. So if you're using a Robustel product, you can sign up for an RCMS account today for free, no cost, add all of your devices, and you essentially get a read-only environment where you can see your signal strength, you can see what devices are online, offline, how much data they've used, you can see the local configuration. You can basically view all of your devices out in the field completely free of charge via the cloud, and just get a feel for the platform. Every Robustel device comes with 3 months free access to the highest tier of RCMS, so you can try some of the paid functionality there as well. Smart roaming is included in all of these products. So again, if you are using multi-network SIM cards, I would highly recommend having a demo of smart roaming, because once you see it visually, it will just click. It'll be like a light bulb going on. And I think those of you using multi-network SIMs or contemplating it will find a lot of value there. Your external LNS, obviously using basic station or UDP in some environments, all of those capable of packet forwarding. Then you've got your embedded LNS. So the chirp stack derivative is available on the 1520, 3120, and 5120. The original edge to cloud, so mainly just Modbus processing, is available on the 1520. Edge to cloud Trinity Field, which is the zero-touch sensor onboarding, the embedded LNS, is available on the 3120. And then the facility environment, where you have your KNX integration, is available in the facility version. All right, let's talk about the ecosystem. Excuse me one second. So we work with a number of different partners in the LoRa ecosystem. Laureate, one of our longest partners in this space. We've been working with them pretty much ever since we developed the LoRa gateway. So two different ways to connect. You have the Laureate hosted LNS or on-premises LNS system that you can communicate with via basic station. We used to have an integrated Laureate packet forwarder, but since everything's moved to basic station, it's a lot easier just to do it that way. And then we have the Laureate Edge agent, which is really designed to reduce, again, the amount of cellular overhead by managing the packets that get sent to Laureate locally. Makes things a lot easier. That's available on the 1520 LG, and it's in development for the 3120 and 5120 as well. So all of our RobustOS Pro products, so they're ones that work in that Linux Debian environment. Laureate have graciously given us an offer for everybody attending this webinar. We'll give you 1 year free enterprise public cloud licensing for unlimited gateways, 250 sensors, and unlimited accounts. So simply contact the Laureate sales team, mention you heard about them on the Robustel webinar and you're using a Robustel gateway, and they'll help you get started there. The Things Stack from Things Industries. Again, communicate with it straight through LoRa Basic Station. We have a really nice configuration guide written up on the Things Stack website that you can view the link here. And the Things Stack have also asked us to highlight their free discovery option. So you can test all the plans, you can connect up to 10 devices and gateways, no time limit, and you can do your proof of concept there with the Things Stack as well. Last, Netmore, who recently purchased Stactility. So the ThingPark platform is now part of Netmore. So those of you who might be familiar with ThingPark, we've been working with them for quite some time. Again, the same connectivity option with LoRa Basic Station is there. We're also developing a LLR integration in our RobustOS Pro environment to the ThingPark Enterprise platform. So obviously, LoRa Basic Station is it's a secured platform, but if you have customers that want that extra layer of security, the LLR is a good way to go. And again, Netmore have given our customers an exclusive offer, unlimited gateways, 500 devices for 150 euros per month. You can use the link here. I'll send the deck through, or you can contact Netmore sales in your region as well, and they can help you with this offer. Just mention that you heard it from Robustel and you're using Robustel gateways, and they'll make sure to look after you. All right, we're coming to a close now. I've gone still in time, which is good. So let's talk about real world value. Where are our gateways being used and where aren't they being used? Smart buildings, BMS, HVAC. Obviously, this is a key market for the 5120, but also we have a lot of customers using the 1520 LG in this environment today. Utilities infrastructure, not just in buildings, metering and things like that, but also managing those large electricity base stations, pumping stations, wastewater management. All, if they've got really good line of sight, LoRa is a great option there. Smart factory and industrial, campuses, multi-building, and agriculture. So you fairly typical LoRa applications. You'll see one thing that we've probably left out, we've left it out on purpose, which is smart cities. So smart cities, you're looking at those big base station type products, covering big swathes of geography. That's not really us. That's not really what we do. So we're happy to provide the backhaul for those. And we do in some instances, but if you're looking for something that is more for covering an entire city, it's probably not really a Robustel product you're looking for. It's something else that you could find through the LoRa Alliance. But if you're looking to cover a campus or municipal buildings or a council building or something inside of that kind of smart cities world, definitely Robustel is a great option for you there. So a few simple case studies. Wojtek, a customer from the UK, connected their controller to local BMS systems, basically to remove wires. And this is still, we talk about IoT revolutionizing things and making things totally different, different operating methodologies. But the truth is, IoT at its fundamental, at its core, and I've been in the industry for 15 plus years now, is about saving money. It's about doing things smarter and reducing cabling. It might not be sexy, but it is very, very important. And it makes things a lot easier for people to deploy, manage, and it reduces costs. So Wojtek is a great example of that, taking LoRa, moving it into that building management type environment and showing that you can reduce cabling costs significantly. CoolZone, another customer out of the UK, global application, this one, CoolZone cold storage management. So monitoring all sorts of different things, vaccinations, laboratory equipment, hospitals, universities, anything that needs to be temperature controlled. CoolZone have been doing that for a number of years through LoRaWAN, and they're a great example of how LoRa can be used to really optimize that sensor integration side of things. This is an interesting case. So this is a case study out of Denmark, using our older LoRa gateway. This is the old R3000 LG. But it has something very interesting inside it. We changed the cellular chipset to an LTE 450 chipset. Some of you might be familiar with LTE 450. It's that free spectrum, basically low bandwidth that can be used typically for utilities in particular countries where licensed spectrum is available. So yeah, Civicom in Denmark rolled out a number of these gateways to create a citywide LoRa network. So I've just shot myself in the foot a little bit saying that our products aren't used typically for smart cities, but here's an example of how it can be used, creating those base stations with a 450 backhaul as well. And finally, another example of how our product's used for multi-tenant meter reading. So you've got a LoRaWAN pulse counter. You're communicating in several different metering rooms across a building. You might have a LoRa base station or a LoRa gateway in each of those metering rooms, aggregating those data, sending it over encrypted into a utility or a body corporate's billing system. Very innovative use of LoRaWAN, but very, very useful. Okay, I'm going to wrap up now. So, what are the next steps? If you enjoyed the webinar, if you put up with listening to me for an hour, thank you very much. What do you do next? So, start with understanding what your need is. For those of you who are already aware of LoRaWAN, talk to a local distributor about what projects you're looking for. If you already have a gateway that you're working with, ask for a demonstration of Robustel to understand why it might be a better option for you. If you are brand new to LoRa, start with what you know. If you're a industrial focused company, don't go doing agriculture projects straight away. Find industrial LoRaWAN projects and work with what you know. Look for those simple things. Like I said, wiring, retrofitting, those are still real business drivers for a lot of people. So reducing the friction in those deployments is right. Understand the deployment model. So this is where picking up a 1520 LG will really help you, because you can test both deployment models in a very cost-effective form factor and work out which is right for you before you commit to either the low-cost packet forwarding option or the edge computing option. And then work with the ecosystem. We don't provide sensors. We don't provide a managed LNS service. We don't provide a raft of other things that you need to build a LoRaWAN project. We do have a simple hockey stick LoRa antenna that's available with our products, but if you need high gain LoRa antennas, talk to Pointing, talk to Panorama, 2J, those guys, work with the ecosystem and find the right solutions to build something for your customer. And we can help by introducing you to distributors and partners there as well. Where to find out more about us? Robustel.com. This is your Bible for Robustel products. Go here, you can get the information about all of our products. And then when you feel like you're ready to talk to someone, you can go to our How to Buy page and you can find a local partner in your region. Or if you're interested in becoming a Robustel distributor, reach out to us as well, and we can talk to you about that. But we have some incredible partners all over the world who have probably been where you are. They've had different deployment scenarios. They probably got something in their kit pack they can help you out with straight away. And where can you find us if you want to have a chat with us? We'll be at the Things Conference in Amsterdam in September 22 to 23. You can find out more information at thethingsconference.com, or you can find us at Laureate's IoT Sparks event in Valencia on October 7th. So if you'd like to come to either of those events and meet with us, we'll have representatives there. We'll have gear there. We'll be doing demonstrations and talks. You can just come and understand a little bit more about Robustel's role in the LoRaWAN ecosystem. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate everybody attending. I know it's early for some people, late for some people. I hope you found this useful. I will hang around for a little bit to answer questions. I can see that we have quite a lot of questions being answered already in the chat, which is great. We will share a copy of this presentation with everyone as well. So don't worry about that. We'll also share a recording of the video. If you want to listen to me again, put yourself to sleep, you can do that. Okay. Do we have any questions? Let's have a look. We need a deep session for edge to cloud. Yes, I completely agree. We will be doing a deep dive on edge to cloud Trinity when it's launched this month. I hope you'll all come back for that. I'll be really, really happy to talk to you about that product. It has a lot of different use cases, so it will be probably a multi-part webinar. Okay, so if I need a gateway to integrate into multiple LoRa devices, different sensors, I want to create a dashboard to visualize all the sensor data, and I want to create my own dashboard using Node-RED. You would probably go with the LG 3120 and Edge to Cloud Trinity Field to get started. That has the ability for you to create your own workflow. That has the zero-touch sensor integration as well. MileSite, NetVox, Trigino, all of those products are integrated into there. So again, we're not about locking you into a particular ecosystem. I know some of those other vendors have gateways as well. You're welcome to use their sensors and our gateways. They will work interoperably together without any problem. A free demo, a test. Talk to your local distributor about getting a demo and showing you what can be done. That's no problem at all. Battery powered. We don't currently have any battery powered gateways. All of our gateways needs to be main powered. We have some customers that are running them on batteries, so they're connecting them into solar batteries. But that's basically a solar battery outputting DC power. We don't have a particular UPS or battery solution that we recommend. It's really working with a local partner to find something. Do you have a gateway with Telit Centurion? At the moment, most of our gateways are using Quectel chipsets. We do have the ability to replace that module inside if there are issues with using a particular chip vendor. We can change to a Sierra Wireless or a Telit, but it is sort of a case-by-case regional requirement. So you would need to talk to a local distributor, and it would probably have to be for a reasonably sized project to be able to get that done. But luckily we have our own factory, our own production line, so we can do small quantities. Have a chat with either your local Robustel salesperson or with a local distributor about getting a different module inside if for some reason Quectel's not accepted in your region. Happy to help. In terms of the LoRa module, it's the Semtech one globally. Okay. I think that's it. Have I missed any questions? Okay, great. Well, we're just past our time limit. Thank you everybody so much for joining the webinar. Really, really hope you had an enjoyable time. You found it informative. We'll share the information afterwards. Feel free to follow us on LinkedIn, connect to us on LinkedIn as well. And we'll see you for the next webinar. Thank you so much.